Welcome to Jam Vibes Nation, where we honor the untold stories of the icons who shaped music, culture, and history. Today, we celebrate the extraordinary life of a reggae legend, Neville O'Reilly Livingston, best known to the world as Bunny Wailer. A founding member of the Wailers, a three-time Grammy winner, a cultural icon, and a spiritual warrior. This is the untold legacy of the man affectionately known as Jar B. Subscribe to Jam Vibes Nation and turn on notifications to stay updated on Reggae Legends, exclusive stories, and deep dives into the culture. Don't miss out, stay connected, and keep the vibes alive. Born on April the 10th, 1947, in Kingston, Jamaica, but raised in the rural village of 9 Mile in St. Anne Parish, Bunny Wailer came into a world humming with change. His early years were steeped in simplicity, surrounded by rolling hills, thick bush, and the strong heartbeat of Jamaican culture. It was in 9 Mile that Bunny met another child whose name would also shake the world, Robert Nesta Marley. Both boys were raised by single parents, Bunny by his father Thaddeus Toddy Livingston, and Bob by his mother Cedella Booker. Fate intertwined their paths even further when Bunny's father began a relationship with Bob's mother, and together they had a daughter named Pearl, making Bunny and Bob stepbrothers. Their friendship was more than familial, it was musical. Even as children, they would sing, harmonize, and dream of something greater beyond the hills of St. Anne. In 1962, Bunny Wailer wrote his first composition, Pass It On, and went to audition for Leslie Kong at Beverly's Records. But due to school delays, he missed his audition. That same day, his stepbrother Bob Marley recorded Judge Not, his first single. Disappointed but undeterred, Bunny stayed close to the studio scene and the hunger only grew. By 1963, the dream materialized. Bunny, Bob Marley, and PeterTosh officially formed the Wailing Wailers, alongside short-term members Beverly Kelso and Junior Braithwaite. With a sound forged from ska, American soul, and the emerging beat of Jamaican streets, the trio spoke directly to the struggles of ordinary people. Bunny's vocals were more reserved, but his harmonies and percussion were irreplaceable. Early hits like Simmer Down put the Wailers on the map, but their most powerful days still lay ahead. In 1967, Bunny's devotion to Rastafarianism deepened, and so did his trials. He was arrested for cannabis possession and served a 14-month prison sentence. But incarceration did not silence him, it strengthened his voice. After prison, Bunny emerged with a sharpened spiritual vision. While Bob Marley spent time in the United States with his mother in Delaware, Bunny stepped forward, taking lead vocals on songs like Who Feels It Knows It, Sunday Morning, and I Stand Predominant. His voice, calm yet commanding, became a spiritual guide layered over rhythms born from the soul of Kingston. His musical style, influenced by gospel and soul icons like Curtis Mayfield, began to evolve. He recorded the gospel standard This Train at Studio One, signaling a shift toward deeper, more conscious music. In 1973, the original Wailers disbanded. For Bunny, the decision to part ways was spiritual. He was uncomfortable with the band's rigorous tour schedules and especially opposed to performing in nightclubs, spaces he viewed as unholy. That same year, Bunny embarked on a solo career and in 1976 released his magnum opus, Blackheart Man. A deeply introspective and spiritual record, it tackled themes of faith, justice, persecution, and personal awakening. It remains one of reggae's greatest achievements. Songs like Fig Tree, Dreamland, This Train, and Armageddon showed Bunny's lyrical and philosophical depth. His music was no longer just entertainment, it was prophecy, upliftment, and resistance. While Bunny Wailer was rooted in traditional roots reggae, he was never afraid to experiment. He wrote Electric Boogie, later made famous by Marcia Griffiths, which sparked the worldwide electric slide dance phenomenon. He collaborated with artists across generations and styles, but his heart remained in preserving authentic reggae. Bunny refused to compromise his roots for commercial gain, a stance that earned him the respect of purists and elders. His musical catalogue expanded across decades, earning him 3 Grammy Awards for Best Reggae Album. In 1991 for Time Will Tell, a tribute to Bob Marley in 1995 for Crucial, Roots Classics, and in 1997 for Hall of Fame, a tribute to Bob Marley's 50th anniversary. Bunny Wailer, or Jar B as his close circles called him, was deeply spiritual and private. He lived a life steeped in Rastafarian teachings, advocating Ital living, repatriation to Africa, and social justice. He was a father, an elder, and a teacher, not just through music, but through how he lived. His family tree was interconnected with fellow reggae greats. His sister Shirley had a son, Andrew Tosh, with PeterTosh, making Andrew his nephew. Meanwhile, his extended family included musicians, writers, and cultural contributors who carried on the Wailer spirit. Unlike Bob Marley or PeterTosh, Bunny withdrew more from the public eye in later years, retreating to the countryside and focusing on farming, reflection, and writing. In his final years, Bunny Wailer faced several health setbacks. He suffered 2 strokes, one in 2018 and another in 2020, that affected his mobility and speech. Despite limited public appearances, he remained a revered presence in Jamaica's cultural circles. On March 2nd, 2021, the world lost a pillar of reggae. Bunny Wailer passed away at the Medical Associates Hospital in Kingston at the age of 73. His death marked the end of an era. The last surviving Wailer now joining his brothers Bob and Peter in the ancestral realms. Bunny Wailer received Jamaica's highest honors, the Order of Jamaica in 2012 and the Order of Merit in 2017. His role in preserving reggae's authenticity cannot be overstated. His home in Kingston was more than a house. It was a Rastafarian sanctuary filled with drums, roots literature, and the scent of burning herbs. In every interview, every performance, every lyric, Bunny Wailer demanded we look inward and upward. His music continues to be sampled, studied, and celebrated, from Trenchtown to Tokyo, Brooklyn to Berlin. His legacy lives not just in records, but in movements, in culture, and in the uplifted hearts of generations. At the time of his passing in 2021, Bunny Wailer's net worth was estimated at approximately $1.5 million. This valuation reflects his extensive contributions to the music industry, including his solo career and his role as a founding member of TheWailers alongside Bob Marley and PeterTosh. He was the father of 13 children. Following his death, there were legal proceedings concerning his estate, during which his children were asked to undergo DNA testing to confirm their eligibility as beneficiaries. His wife, Jean Watt, affectionately known as Sister Jean, was reported missing in May 2020. As of May 2022, her whereabouts remained unknown, and the family continued their search for her. Additionally, Bunny Wailer's familial ties extended into the reggae music scene. His sister, Shirley Livingston, had a son named Andrew Tosh with fellow Wailer PeterTosh, making Andrew both Bunny's nephew and Peter's son. Andrew Tosh has pursued a career in reggae music, following in his father's and uncle's footsteps. Bunny Wailer was more than a musician. He was a vessel of resistance, a teacher of truths, and a guardian of spiritual freedom. He showed us that music can be sacred, revolutionary, and eternal. May his soul rest in eternal peace. Subscribe to Jam Vibes Nation and turn on notifications to stay updated on reggae legends, exclusive stories, and deep dives into the culture. Don't miss out, stay connected, and keep the vibes alive.